Greetings viewers. Welcome back to CoffeeChillTV. And today, it's been a while, it's show and tell time. Let's get into it. And viewers, there's quite the collage on this coffee table, isn't there, for CoffeeChillTV today, and inspired by the fact that I recently visited a let's say a shed, and in that shed there was a box. There were two boxes full of photo albums and framed photographs and other collateral. Also, there were hats and also in one of my old bags there was a whole heap of communications from tourist attractions that I've visited in the last little while. So guys, we're going to run the board on what's here, and yeah, hopefully, you know, for those who are interested in the backstory on this channel, there you go. Hopefully you find this interesting. It's been interesting for me, that's for sure. And folks, it's probably about 8 a.m. It's beautiful Monday morning here on the Sunshine Coast, and we're going to kind of go from my right to my left. Oh, excuse those legs. Before we get into, you know, we start digging deeper. So there's the two boxes. They're full of photo albums. I have not opened the photo albums as yet, but as a bit of a heads up, what I'm thinking about doing is going in and finding some of my old retro travel photos and giving them the mystery montage treatment. So they're going to be opened up soon. Right here is predominantly, you know, photos and photo frames, etc. There's even an old passport hiding at the back there from my journeys overseas from the early 90s, probably through to maybe the start of the 2010s, you know, a long time before I was doing this type of stuff. Then we go forward to the future, and at the back there's that collateral. A lot of it from my Central Queensland trip last year. There's some other miscellaneous stuff in there. I'll go through that, and I'll go through the hats. And last but not least, I mentioned in one of my videos how I lost a feather down sleeping bag. I bought another one, and the feather down sleeping bag got damaged in the wash, and yeah, you know, there's the cover, pretty much useless. And there's a little tripod. You know, one of my followers, shout out to you, you know who you are, basically gifted me that little tripod, and I've been using it for some of my socio-economic, philosophic CoffeeChillTV podcast style videos of late. There you go, guys. You remember when you were in school and you had show and tell? Well, here's a CoffeeChillTV show and tell coming right at ya. And folks, before we get too far into it, like, share, subscribe at CoffeeChillTV, please. Oh, the mirror selfie, cutting edge. Well, let's start on the right side. I'll sort of pick them up, then I'll put them to my left. Straight off the bat. Oh. Teacher Dave. With a set of keys for the property. And, yeah, I enjoyed being a teacher. And when I left, one of my students, you know, put this together for me. I almost get a little bit melancholy when I look at it. And who knows, maybe one day I'll return to the classroom, but I've been permanently retired for several years, and yeah, there it is. Teacher Dave. Right in front of us, we've got the CoffeeChillTV. Another one of my another little gift from one of my subscribers who organised that for me, because I lost the original Coffee Chill little let's call it branding that I'd organised in Phuket. Lost it, but I had a mate a few years ago went to Pattaya, or some say Pattaya, some say tomato, some say tomato. And yeah, he picked that up for me, and now it does get featured in quite a few of my videos, including this one. The Tiger Zoo. Now, I think I visited the Tiger Zoo before I'd actually started CoffeeChillTV. So there isn't a video for it, but there are zoo videos in the back catalogue. There's the Phuket Zoo, the Bali Zoo, the Bali Bird Park is also in there, and there's a variety of sort of videos in the wildlife playlist. But there you go. Looks like I've got my best Aussie bogan Bintang tank top on there. There you go. Lovely. And speaking of tigers, this predates my social media content days as well. This is early 2000s, and we did a day trip. There was 4 of us, a couple of Thai ladies and one of my Aussie mates, and we did a day trip out of Bangkok where we went to Kanchanaburi, and as part of the day trip, we visited the Tiger Temple. There you go. All right, the Sydney Olympics in the year 2000. There's yours truly, bar supervisor, beer cart number 4, right outside the cauldron. What an amazing experience that was. I took 2 weeks off from my financial services job that was full-time, and went back to my hospitality days, and what an amazing experience that was in the Sydney Olympics year 2000. And I wonder what those 2 guys are up to now. They reported to me at the beer cart number 4. And here I am, folks, the Bali High Pier, doing a day trip on the water out of Bali. And yeah, there you go. I think I've got my University of the Sunshine Coast polo. I've lost that polo shirt. I might go out to the uni and buy a new one whilst I'm back in Australia for a short time. So there you go, guys. I love Bali. And there it is. There's information there on Bali High 2. I don't know what the status is now, because that must have been taken, that photo. That must have been in the 2000s. Probably early 2000s. And whilst we're talking Bali, guys, that's a photo of yours truly on his way back to Bali after spending a week on Lombok, most of it Gili Trawangan. And I think I'm a little bit hungover in that photo. And it was a bit of a surprise shot taken by one of my travel partners. But I like it. There it is. So that's the... that was the Slow Boat, 1997, guys. 1997, the Slow Boat. Lombok back to Bali. Whilst we're in the 1990s, this photo I think was taken in 1990. I'm the skinny dude at the back there, on a Kentucky tour, on the Grand European Kentucky tour. There you go. I got an Aussie next to me. No, right next to me in the blue shirt. He's from New York. Then there's a guy with an American flag. He's an Aussie. He's from Melbourne. Got a lady there from Canada. Another lady, I think, from the UK, and a gentleman from Mexico. And yeah, I'm the tallest person in the photo, right at the back. So guys, got my 1990s passport, my very first passport. The second one, I think I've lost. But anyway, there it is. That's the first passport. That's my notebook. When I was travelling around, first went overseas in the 90s, and through my backpacking days in the 90s, yeah, you know, kept my contacts in there, guys. Didn't have a mobile phone in those days. And, well, I didn't anyway. Some yuppies probably did. And, yeah, there it is, the old passport and the old list of contacts and diary notes and travel diary plans as well. Let's fast forward for a moment. The Sanctuary of Truth. How good is the Sanctuary of Truth, guys? You know, Pattaya. You know, there's so much more to Pattaya than just, you know, Soy Bacau and Tree Town and Walking Street and Beach Road, Second Road. There's actually really good tourist attractions in the city, on the fringe of the city, and just outside of the city, including the awesome Sanctuary of Truth. I've been a few times, and there's your classic tourist photo. Okay, folks, that photo, 1992, late 1992, and yeah, there's my new girlfriend, Minnie Mouse. Don't tell Mickey. And yeah, I visited Disneyland, Disney World, Epcot Centre, Kennedy Space Centre, some major tourist parks when I visited the States in 1992, and hey, Disneyland. It was always going to be on the bucket list. Okay, folks, now late 2010s, and it was some kind of a corporate professional development day down on the Gold Coast, and that's the Big Brother house. There you go. I was inside the Big Brother household. There you go. Reality TV. Where is reality TV? Still seems to be going strong in Australia. I don't know what I think about that. The jury's out. Okay, folks, we're now in the early 2000s and we're in New Zealand. Now, the Dart River and Shotover Jet. Very exciting. Awesome. New Zealand is a great place for adventure tourism. Now, I think that's me there. And that was just before I lost my Queensland Turf Club hat. It got blown off. And then over here, yeah, there's no hat. There I am. So there you go, guys. A bit of adventure tourism from the early 2000s in the land of the long white cloud, New Zealand. What a magic place that is. I hope to go back there soon, actually. Alright guys, the book Jobs Abroad. Now folks, I contributed to this book a couple of pages worth, giving advice on, opening bank accounts and a little bit of my backstory on, arriving through customs and, accommodation and jobs. And I'm in there, guys. I contributed some editorial content to this book. It came out in the 1990s. I don't know, that's second edition, so I don't know how many others were, if any others came next, but I'll take a couple of snaps of my actual contribution, guys. It's in italics, and if you're interested, you can press pause and read it. Otherwise, you can just let it roll over for 5 seconds till we get to the next section. Always great memories of my 2 6-month stints. Workcation, my very first reincarnation or carnation as an expat, and I love London. I hope to go back there one day, but it's down the list a little bit. But who knows? I'm putting in my lottery for next week. Let's see. Folks, excuse the shaky camera work and the faded, dusty photo, but yeah, there's yours truly. I had some pretty good hair back in 1994, and that's Oudtshoorn, South Africa, and my favourite of the big cats. I like the cheetah, and it's interesting, patting that cheetah. One of the things I remember, when I patted that cheetah was just muscle bound. You see some people who are skinny, but they're wiry, they're strong. And the cheetah, once you get up close and you pat that thing, it's you can definitely feel the power. And obviously, last time I looked, the world's fastest land animal. Okay, folks, we're into the you're in the 2000s, and a birthday card from a mate. He lives up on this part of the world. I'm going to open it up and show you some of the photos. A bit of work was done there. It was kind of scrapbooking before there was scrapbooking. And that one there, a bit melancholy. It's an old girlfriend who did a birthday card for me. She put beer on there. Now, folks, if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you'll see that I like to go out. and have a beer from time to time. But I just want to make a note that I am a social drinker. I don't drink every day. And, you know, I like to go out and have a few amber nectars on the weekend and or when I'm travelling or special occasions. But, yeah, on school nights, I typically don't have a beer. But, a little bit melancholy looking at that one. But they're quite old, those cards. There you go. They're probably the only two I've kept. I haven't got any other old Christmas cards or birthday cards. These two must have escaped an earlier cull. Okay, so inside the birthday card from 2011. One of my Aussie mates and his Thai wife, they sent me this birthday card. Now, this is Gloria Jean's Mooloolaba. This is Gloria Jean's in Kuta, Bali. And here's a good tourist photo from Bali as well. So there you go. Look at that. There's a little bit of work's been done there. I must contact those guys and catch up for a coffee before I fly back to Thailand on this trip. But there you go. A little bit of effort, guys, in that birthday card. Okay, guys, the Khan and the Creek Tavern. It's not far from here, and I've been spending a bit of time there, most notably on Australia Day. And I love Australia Day. There's no need to change the date. There's no need to change the flag or the anthem while you're at it. Yeah, Australia Day at the Mountain Creek Tavern. If you're in this part of the world on Australia Day, they put on a great spread there. We had a great time. And excuse any sort of glaze effects. Khan the Wonder Dog. Bull Mastiff. Beautiful dog he was. It's been a couple of decades since he left us. He was the last dog I ever owned. And yeah, he was a beauty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hat Town. What do we got here? We got right up the front, Bintang, bit of barley bogan action here. There you go, look at that. It's a beautiful beer, Bintang, Star, lovely. The next two, the Key Resort, Phuket. What a fantastic hotel that is. Just awesome. And, you know, Singapore. So we got the Lion City and the Land of Smiles. Alright, Ladbrokes and you bet. Gambling. Now, you know, I'm not a big gambler, but I do like to go to the races. And in the back catalogue on CoffeeChillTV, you'll find my day at the races in Udon Thani. Quite fascinating. Also, I worked at a racetrack in Brisbane for approximately 5 years. The farm. Eagle Farm, and I like to go to the Stradbroke Cup when I'm back in Australia at Eagle Farm, and I like to go to the Doomben 10,000 as well at the neighbouring race course. And I don't know if I got this one at Eagle Farm or Doomben, and I don't know if I got this one at Eagle Farm or Doomben, but there you go, guys. Plenty of hats, too many for me, a surplus to requirements. And last but not least, guys, there it is, the Panama hat. It's too small to be a fedora, and you'll see this combination in a lot of my videos. It's kind of, you know, my El Cheapo branding on CoffeeChillTV. I like wearing hats. How about you? Alright, we're in the final section of today's show and tell video log vlog, and there's some collateral from overseas as well as predominantly in Australia. So let's run the tape on some of the communications on the coffee table. Alright, let's go. Let's start off in Hoi An, Vietnam. Yeah, lovely meal here. Miss Lai Cafe. There you go. And there you go, guys, the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Pru Babat. Now, my Thai subscribers will probably note that I didn't quite get the pronunciation right, but you get the gist, guys. If you're going to Udon Thani, you've got a bit of time, it's worth the drive. It's probably closer, actually, to Nong Khai in terms of minutes on the road, because it's right on the border between Udon Thani province and Nong Khai province. And yeah, I had a great time going to Pru Babat Park, and shout out to Miss L, my private driver from Mackey's restaurant up there in Nong Khai. So there you go, guys, Pru Babat. And yes, there is a vlog in the back catalogue. And folks, some local business cards. Golden Beach Motor Inn, and there is a hotel review on that in the back catalogue, a real hotel review. Yep, I don't do those dodgy walkthrough vlogs. They're not hotel reviews. I actually stay in the accommodation that I review. Hooney's Thai massage on Brisbane Road, Mooloolaba. Really great massage there. And Transformers. Yeah, I'll get my ears lowered there as well. So there you go, some local sunny coast businesses worthy of your consideration if you're up here. And whilst we're talking about hotels and real hotel reviews, the Top North Chiang Mai. If you're in Chiang Mai, guys, hard to beat the location. And in terms of service, yeah, Miss Pani, she's got a great travel service. I'll try to backfill this video log with some details on that. But yeah, Top North Hotel, it's top notch. Okay, guys, so the collateral on the table. This is from some tripping I did last year when I went through, the Kahlua Coast and the Fraser Coast and Central Queensland. So let's run the board on some of the communications on the coffee table from that trip. That was August last year. Okay, guys, let's start with some tourist attractions. Ferrymead House, yeah. Sugar History Museum, top spot. As is the Archer Park Rail Museum. Dodgy camera work and all. Childers, Childers Street Walk, a historic town that it is. And the Maryborough Military and Colonial Museum. I'll try to backfill this video with some extra information on some of the places featured in today's communications. Okay, guys, what do we got here? Well, TripAdvisor. I do a lot of reviews on TripAdvisor, guys. You can follow CoffeeChillTV on TripAdvisor. The Criterion. Yeah. Great location, great hotel, great food at the Criterion in Rockhampton. Tourist Guide. Hervey Bay and Fraser Island. I'm sorry, I call it Fraser Island, not the new politically correct name. Hervey Bay and Fraser Island, tourist map and guide there. And Tin Can Bay. You'll find videos from Tin Can Bay in the CoffeeChillTV back catalogue. Yeah, it's a little bit off the beaten track, guys. Dare I say it, Tin Can Bay is a hidden gem. And folks, let's have a look at some more recent collateral. The Sydney Shuttle. Caught that. Oh, that was from the year before last. Staying at Mascot, and I got the shuttle to my hotel. Cheaper than getting a taxi, but I had to wait quite a while. Creek's Pizza Project. Oh, guys, great pizza place. And I recommend the Butcher's Block. And last but certainly not least, go you Lions, the Brisbane Lions. Premiers last year in the Australian Football League, the AFL. Lions, Brisbane Lions, lovely. And folks, on that note, and excuse the cricketing analogy, we're going to pull up stumps. I hope you enjoyed my little show and tell. We went back to the 90s and we sort of zigzagged around through the 2000s, the noughties, the 2010s, and yeah, we're here now in the early 2020s. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, folks, hope to see you again soon on the original Coffee Chill channel, Coffee Chill TV. Cheers for watching.